Aloha, welcome to Paradise Hawaiian Style. I'm going to say hello and welcome. Please like, follow, subscribe, join us as we have lots of fun, exciting adventures together. Today we're going to walk down Beretania, hit Thomas Square, which is actually where we're at right now, check out the Tattoo Expo, at least from the outside, and then walk back on King Street. I'm trying to discover and explore areas that I'm usually just drive by, right? I drive by them all the time and you don't notice the stuff as much as when you're walking around. I already saw a lot of cool buildings on Beretania, which I'm going to show you in a second. But I'm at Thomas Square. There's the King Kamehameha statue, King Kamehameha the third statue. The other King Kamehameha statues in front of the courthouse and Iolani Palace further downtown. Anyways, we're gonna have lots of fun today. Please like, follow, subscribe. I'm getting so close on YouTube to hitting a whole nother level, and I'd appreciate it if you guys subscribe. It doesn't cost anything, it just helps build the channel and the algorithm. But we're at Thomas Square, and it's really cool, and I'm in the shade because it's hot today, guys. So let's head down Beretania, and then I will be back here in just a bit. See ya. Okay, guys, we're starting our walk down Beretania. Thought I'd show you the pretty mountains because we're on part of Beretania that's not super scenic at this point, mostly industrial. Beretania started just a couple blocks down that way. Got my buddy with me, he's investigating everything. How you doing, Desi? Desi? Good boy. And we're gonna walk down here, check things out, head on down here to Thomas Square, and then back up King Street. See how it goes today. We're having a big tattoo expo down there at the Blaisdell, so we might check that out a little bit, or at least walk around down there, say hello to the Elvis statue, and thought you guys might be interested in seeing what's happening on Beretania. This is more interesting as we go down, so stay tuned. Bunch of birds on a wire there. Isn't that a Goldie Hawn movie? Kind of cool. You guys are gonna have to tell me what you think of this headgear thing. Here, you can see me. It goes around my neck so I can be hands-free, but I feel like it's bobbing up and down, so the only stabilizers are the one in the camera. I'm thinking maybe somebody would like to get me a pair of the Meta glasses, right? Because then there's cameras in those. Anyways, it's all about stabilization. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this. Good thing with Amazon is I can return this stuff, but I'm testing it out to see how I like it, at least for the purpose of walking around. So let me know what you guys think. So this is McCully. To the left is Waikiki, and actually if you head McCully all the way to the end, it's where the old Rock Island is. And then you go over the bridge here on your right, and you're going up into Manoa freeway entrance. But what I wanted to show you guys was this Hawaii rental. They are always putting little clever sayings and stuff on their sign there. They've been doing it for years. I remember back in the day, growing up here, they were doing that. So that was kind of cool. And they've always got a different one going on. Something to check out on your drive, especially if you're stuck in traffic. All right, guys, we're coming up on Central Union Church here on the right. Stay tuned. There it is. Central Union Church. Not the type of church you typically expect to see in Hawaii. Let's get it from the other side further down. Look at this old school home with that architecture, the roof, and check out those windows and stuff. Kind of cool, right? Wow, and that little rounded area there where the front door is, that's kind of neat. Never noticed that before. See, usually I'm on this road, I'm in a car, never on foot, right? So you don't notice little houses and stuff like this. This is kind of a neat little space. Look at that. It's like a little storybook house. I wonder if it's on some sort of historical registry. It's kind of cool, right? Never noticed this before. Been down this road 100 times, hundreds of times. This, my friends, is the beginning of Kalakaua. This is where the world famous Kalakaua starts. And as you know, we went, used to be at Kalakaua and McCully. But anyways, this is where Kalakaua starts. Yes, it is. You can tell it's kind of an older street because of the mature trees. And then if you actually look at the curbs too, they're made out of stone as opposed to cement. But I'll do a little pan here and then you can really see the Mormon. Oh, I guess, I'm not sure. I don't know. Latter-day Saints, Mormon, same thing? I don't know. Somebody correct me. But I've never been in that building. It's been there forever though. Looks to be some sort of dormitory here because it's the same sort of architecture as that. Interesting. The things you notice when you're on foot, like I said, driven past here hundreds of times. But didn't notice. Anyways, that's Kalakaua. Head straight down there into all the action, but this is where Kalakaua starts. Let's keep on keeping on. How you doing? He's hanging in there. He's a good boy. Yes, you are. Yeah, walking's more fun when you have a dog. The Humane Society has a program where if you're not ready to have a dog, you can actually go up there and just take dogs for walks. It really helps the dogs because it gets them out of the kennel and makes them much more adoptable, you know? It's hard for a dog being in a kennel all the time, pack animals and all that. So, if anybody wanted to volunteer or do that, I know the Humane Society up here does that. Maybe we should do a video up there one of these days. Kind of fun. Oh, and a butterfly just flew past me. See, that was Walt saying, hey, go make a video. That's where we got Walt. That's where we got Desi, Humane Society. Ooh, burgers here. Good place to be. Ooh, Beretania Florist. They've been around for a long time, I think, yeah. The anthuriums. See, graduation time, Lay's. Oh, commercial space open. Seen this place online. They do vintage stuff, so maybe we'll go in and check it out. I know they have like special events here and stuff. Do all kinds of different things.
I did. And then you guys have like a local pop-up, right?
An interesting space. And then they do, I think I've seen them do other events, like they were setting up for like some sort of dance party or something up there, or different things happening. See, and they have this space back here. This must be doing some sort of locals only market. 3 to 7. Oh, that's tonight. See, that's what they're getting set up for. People set up tables and stuff with vintage clothing and all that. Fun. All right, we're coming up to Pensacola here. I don't know if Antipastas is still there. It's a restaurant was right on the corner of those white drapes are. I don't see any sign anymore. It might have changed hands. Ooh, not too much farther. It's hot today, guys. In fact, I'm carrying Mr. Desi to give him a little bit of a breather. But this is Pensacola. Ocean is down there. Mountains are up there. There's a shower tree and a school. Beretania. Stay tuned. All right, we're almost headed to Thomas Square. That's our furthest point. Then we'll head down to that Tattoo Expo and head back on King Street. But this is part of the Honolulu Museum of Art. This is where you park when you're going to the museum, which is just a block further up here, which is a fantastic space to go to. And they actually have a really cool spot to have eat at. Maybe we'll do that because it's nice to sort of eat in the museum, check out a couple exhibits, walk around a little bit, go to the gift shop. But across the street on the right is where the actual museum is on the left here. They do some exhibits here, but this at least was kind of like the school. Yeah, in fact, it says right there, Honolulu Museum of Art School. All right, guys, on the opposite side of Thomas Square there with the King Kamehameha III statue. Like I said, they do a lot of their sovereignty meetings here at Thomas Square. But it's beautiful. It's really nice. Beautiful park. There's the Blaisdell Concert Hall right there with all the Hawaiian state flags. I think maybe our statehood day is coming up. I'm not quite sure. It's not 4th of July because that already happened. Plus, that's the Hawaii state flag, not the United States flag. This building over here is kind of cool because that used to be a Honolulu Club, a gym, and then also TGI Fridays was right down there. One of the hot spots to be back in the 80s and 90s. TGI Fridays was right on the corner there, but they closed a long time ago. I used to work at TGI Fridays, so it was always, I not did this one, I worked at one in California, and it was always nostalgic to come back and go to this one because it kind of reminded me of when I worked there. But it closed, and now they've redone the facade of the building. They didn't tear the building down, they just put a different facade up, which has cleaned it up quite a bit, and I'm sure it's going to be some sort of office or some type of building now too, with some sort of commercial units downstairs. So we'll see what happens with that. But we're going to head on over there. You can see the top of the Blaisdell, where the famous ALOHA concert was held, and the Tattoo Expo is over here today. And we're going to walk down there and check it out. But we're just enjoying a little bit of shade right now, because my companion is a hot dog. And there's lots of smells and stuff right here. He's hanging in there, though. You're a good boy. Yes, you are. Anyways, stay tuned. Gosh, look at all these high-rises. You know, all these high-rises are like in the last 20 years. I think every single one that you can see straight ahead of me there is all in the last 20 years. So it's amazing what how fast things are popping up around here. That's like the Ward area down there. These flags are all the way down here. I don't think they're for the Tattoo Expo. I don't know. Maybe? No, statehood. I want to say statehood. Like I said, I think statehood is June 13th, I think. We became the 50th state. We're almost a 49th state. But then Alaska got that. And now we're the 50th state. I think the flags might be for the Tattoo Expo. Actually, I do. Wow. We're going to actually be here in a couple weeks having one of the collector shows. We'll be in there selling lots of treasures. But I want to say, you can see some other vloggers' videos and stuff to see what's happening in there. We're not going to go inside, but it is a big event. I'm very busy. No trip here is complete without coming over and visiting the Elvis statue. Plumerias are blooming. We were just here and did that backstage stuff. You guys can check that out on another vlog. That's the statue. Desi loves it. He loves just to stop. But anyways, it's actually a really nicely done statue. You'd be kind of surprised to see it here. Elvis had that famous concert here. So, of course, we're down here. We got to say hello to EP. Check it out. Yeah? All right. Convention Center. Ooh. Too bad you don't have smell-o-vision, because I can really smell the plumerias. It's actually quite lovely. We're going to head down King Street, check it out, see what's happening. There's Thomas Square off in the distance. It's a hot one today. Well, heading down King Street, McKinley High School there. They used to have beautiful big trees all along here, but a lot of them, I guess, have not made it. And you can see they've replanted a bunch of them. So it's kind of, I remember this driveway having those big monkey pod trees all along, and now they've replanted some ficus there. I think they're not quite as, they grow slower, but maybe they're sturdier. But see, they used to have big trees like that there. It's kind of a mid-century modern design there in that building. Kind of a cool building. They painted that sign. Used to be like a deli or like a little soda fountain kind of thing in there. I wanted to say it was a drugstore for a little while. Maybe that was over there. But that old, interesting bones, but needs some love. This street we're headed up to is Kalakaua. You may remember we were at the top of it before. This is about 2 or 3 blocks down. Very busy Panda Express. It's good because it's drive-through. That's the one I usually come to. I like their eggplant. That building with the green upside-down T there used to be Cinerama Theater. And that is where I first saw Star Wars. It's a really cool theater. Maybe I can find an old picture of it. And I'll put it in here because that was a really cool theater. And then the building here on the left where it says For Lease, that's got a really cool front, which you can kind of see over there. Maybe I can find a picture of that too. But see where it says O'Reilly Auto Parts? That was a really cool theater back in the day. And I remember seeing Star Wars there, lining up around the corner to see it. Or Empire or Jedi, one of them. But this is Kalakaua. Yes, sir, Kalakaua. And maybe I'll try to put that other photo in right here. It's kind of a nice part of the street because all the shower trees. I think they're almost finished blooming, although that one still has a lot of blossoms on it. But certain times of the year, the blossoms are, all the petals are all over the road. It's very, very pretty. Reminds me of that movie, Memoirs of the Geisha, when they went to the cherry tree orchards. Little break in the buildings there. You can see some of the high rises and Diamond Head peeking through there on the right side with some of the hotels. Waikiki. Get your bearings. But we are walking down King Street. Right across the street from Zippy's there is the Miss Hawaii building. I've noticed this before because of the name, and I don't know how it got that name, Miss Hawaii building, but it's kind of cool. Thought it'd be interesting, worth pointing out. This consignment center is kind of interesting. I've wanted to check it out, so I think we will pop our heads in there, see what it's like. Just looked around in the collector's shop, mostly furniture and stuff, kind of cool. Chinese herb store. This looks totally old school here. But I think this was on an episode of Hawaii 502. That's like old downtown style. Headed up to McCully. Done videos in this area. There used to be McCully Chop Suey with really cool neon out front. You wouldn't know it because it's so hot, but see all the rain clouds forming up there in the mountains? It's probably what's causing some of the humidity. Over there, that pet hospital is kind of cool. It's an old deco building. And this greenish building here is what used to be McCully Chop Suey. We're almost at the full circle point where we started on Beretania and on King Street. Do one last shot of the Elvis Park up here. Everything revolves around Elvis, huh? Mickey D's. So sad. All the McDonald's used to have such cool architecture. Remember how colorful and bright they were in the 80s? Playgrounds, cartoon characters outside. Now it's very sleek and modern looking and gray. So here we are at the old Stadium Square, which we will cut through. The park is beautiful. This is Old Stadium Square where Elvis held one of his first concerts here. And I've done other videos on it, but there's a bank across the street and they have a big old mural of him in there, which is kind of neat to see. Hopefully you guys had fun today. Drizzling a little bit, but nice park. Should cool little ice cream shop opened up across the street. All right, guys. Hopefully you had fun today. I got my steps in to check my reader, see how many steps I got. Likely, like I want to say 12,000. Steps. I checked it when we made it down to the Blaisdell and it was like 6,500. So likely going to be over 12, probably 13,000 something than the other regular steps. Maybe I'll end up with like 15,000 steps today. All right. Any day you're still stepping's a good day. Okay. All right, guys. I'm still here at Thomas Square, but I said hello here and I'm going to say goodbye here because it's a bit of shade and I'm hot and it's Paradise Hawaiian style. There's no place I'd rather be, but it is hot. And I hope you guys had fun today. Please like, follow, subscribe, help me build this channel, and let's have lots of fun, exciting adventures together. Again, Blaisdell, we're at Thomas Square. Not sure what the flags are out for. I think our Statehood Day might be coming up. So it might be a celebration of that. 4th of July already happened, plus that's a Hawaii state flag, not the United States flag. I don't know. Anyways, please, we'll see you again real soon for another exciting adventure. Bye, guys.